educational institutions are made and are made tall because of the way the teachers and the students response to maintaining of academic standards and academic excellence in any institution or campus. Student activism is very much a part and parcel of the campus culture. However, when political parties take center stage of events which are taking place in a university campus, then it can have consequences which can be very, very degenerating on the campus culture. The events which have unfolded in JNU recently are a burning example of this. It is very important that political leaders and political parties should not interfere in whatever is happening in campuses across the country. Violence takes place in university campuses. It is really a serious concern, because this is a place where students, the youth of this country, they go. What they should be having books and pens in their hands. But what eventually has happened in JNU is something which is of concern, and any student group which has been involved in any kind of violence, it is very important that punitive action should be taken, and those who have gone against the law, they must be booked, irrespective of whichever political thought or ideology they belong. But what is important here is also to raise that those who are coming out and crying loud that things have gone wrong in JNU, it is very important to note that why is it that those who were spearheading ostensibly this campaign, ostensibly on a fee hike, why is it that when these political student groups which are dominantly by led by the left-wing student groups, when they are the ones who are stopping the students, those who are independent students who have nothing to do with any kind of political groups, want to go sit for their exams, why is it that when they were being stopped, they were being beaten up in JNU? Why is it that none of these so-called civil rights activists and political leaders, none of them came out and spoke? Why is it that when in the beginning of the semester, when the students, they wanted to register themselves, who wanted to attend classes, who wanted to go to the lab and do their research, when they were not being allowed, why is it that these people never came out and spoke against that? Absolutely right. When Mohammad Chagla, who was a well-known jurist and the education minister in Jawaharlal Nehru's government, when floated this whole idea of a free-thinking university, which later took shape in JNU, could have actually never fathomed that what he had thought about is going to be in newspapers somehow for all the wrong reasons. Now that does not mean that no good work is being done over there. There are researchers, there are scientists, and there are eminent academicians who are doing very good work. But somehow, why is it that that is not what gets reported in the newspapers? And it is not that it is only since 2014 that the campus has been a part of such type of controversies. In 1983, do you know that 83-84 in JNU, it was a 0 year declared. It was that no classes had taken place. Those students, they lost 1 year because there certain political, certain student groups, they went on rampage over there. They even so much so damaged the house of the vice chancellor. His electricity board and telephone lines, they were ripped apart, and the police had marched inside the campus. Indira Gandhi wanted to come. She was stopped from entering the campus because of, after which this type of an action had taken place. So there has been a history of it. No, I'm trying to say that there has been a history where time and again these kind of things have happened, and there are very, you see, it is not that out of the 7,000 plus students who study there, most of them, no, it is just a few, maybe less than 1,000 students who are dominating, but they are the ones who are from the left-wing ideology. These groups, they have been dominating the academia as well as the student politics, student activism of JNU since the JNU came into existence. However, now since there is an alternative thought process which for the last few years is making its
right, Geeta, we have a lot more questions, and we will not be able to take
it is this which is causing this conflict.